Hello, everyone. This video is going to be sort of a quick guide to how to navigate the course for the entirety of the semester. Okay, so I'm using my 1681, section 1681 class. This is my entirely online class, but this also works for my in-person class, okay? Because both of you guys have essentially the same sort of Canvas page, okay? So let me go ahead and introduce some of the things that I want everybody to take a sort of a note on. This is our Canvas page, okay? The big thing I want to really focus on is, like I said in particular, how to navigate this course. So if you go to modules, see the textbook with the modules on here? If you go there, everything's sort of spelled out here for you. Okay, let me minimize that. That's the very first module for the orientation. And it's safe to say for everybody that if you go through the modules just as you see them, right, you'll be making, sort of regular progress in the course. I'm not going to deviate too far away, almost at all, from how the sections are presented in our textbook. Okay, so if you go through the sections 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, and you complete every one of those sections, I think you'll be fine. You'll be perfectly fine, okay? What I do want to concentrate on, though, is the three parts for each section. So I'm going to go ahead and take section 2.2 as an example here, okay? For 2.2, you see three things below it. There's section 2.2 quick checks, the section 2.2 lecture questions, and then the section 2.2 online homework, okay? All three of these have to be submitted, okay? But I want to go ahead and specify how this is going to work for the entirety of the semester here. And to do that, I'm going to actually go ahead and use section 2.2 in our online notes as the example. So let's go ahead and go back to home. We're going to go back to that table at the very bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the online course notes here, okay? And what will pop up, give it a second to do so, what will pop up is an online version of our course notes, okay? Now, you are more than welcome to take your own notes based off of my videos. That's perfectly fine. Or you can just go off of the notes that are presented here. Both of those are fine as well, okay? So these are the online notes. This is going to take a little bit of time to practice getting used to, okay? First thing I do want to point out is if you look at the left-hand side top, there's like three rectangles with one sort of, they're supposed to be books, right? And one slanted over book. If you click there, that's the menu that sort of disappears, okay? This will really help if you look at this on a bigger screen. It does work on a phone, but you really don't want to look at these notes on a phone. Something a little bigger, maybe a tablet, maybe a laptop, maybe a full outright computer would be best, okay? So now let's go back, and I want to switch back to here and look at the modules really quick, okay? Minimize that. So for section 2.2, there are three things. Let me scroll back up here. For section 2.2, there are three things. There's a quick checks, the lecture question, and the limit of a function. That's the online homework, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, go back to these notes. In the notes, I'm gonna go ahead and do examples, right? And I'm gonna start defining stuff. I'm gonna actually start presenting stuff. Every once in a while in the notes, there are going to be quick checks. These are quick problems. They're not supposed to take you more than 5, 10, 15 minutes to do. And they use the information that I provided like right before. So this is sort of, if you look at the lectures, right, and you stop the lecture at the quick check, this is where you're supposed to be able to do a quick problem, 10, 15 minutes, just how I did the examples, okay? Notice that all of these have numbers over here toward the right of the quick check. 1.5, 3.7, 2.6, 4, and 8. Okay, I've split you guys into groups, and your group, it's going to be with another 7 or 8 people, will only do the quick check that is assigned to you. Okay, so if you're group 3, you're going to be doing this one right here. Okay, there are multiple quick checks usually in every section. So this is quick check number 1 for section 2.2. Let me keep scrolling down here. Here's quick check number 2 for section 2.2. Okay, and notice this one has odds and evens. So I change it up every once in a while. Every once in a while, I make you guys do odds and evens. Every once in a while, I make you guys do groups 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you only have to do the problems that are assigned to your group. So that means, let me go back up here. If you are group 3, you only have to do group 3 quick checks. You don't have to do you don't have to do the quick checks for group 4 and 8. Does that make sense? Okay, you only have to do the one that's assigned to you. Okay, you are going to then click on the section 2.2 quick checks, take a picture using your phone, and submit your work for that problem. Okay, and I'm not going to make too big a deal about you guys doing it, doing the problem incorrectly. I do want you to make mistakes. That's part of the learning process, okay? But I do expect a good faith effort toward the problem, okay? So just make sure you're actually trying to make progress toward the problem and not providing gibberish for these submissions for the quick checks, okay? The second part is the lecture questions, okay? So at the very end of each section, I'm going to scroll all the way down here, we have lecture questions, okay? These are problems that sort of get you to use the stuff that I just presented in the section itself and your quick checks. It's just more problems for you guys to try. These are also going to be graded. These are also going to be submitted using your phone. Take a picture and submit it through that link, okay? For both the quick checks and the lecture questions, okay, make sure that your submissions are in the proper format, okay? That's going to be a docx, a doc, a JPEG, or a PDF. If you've done everything from the welcome letter, your phone should be set up already to at least submit pictures or work in one of those formats. So you should be all right, okay? In order to do these problems, you can turn them into, you can either print out the problems themselves, or you can write them down on a piece of graph paper or a piece of binder paper and then submit them like that. That is perfectly fine. Just make sure you submit it. And then the very last note that I want to tell everybody is just make sure that you're submitting what you need to submit for that submission. It's happened before where you know, I'm looking at section 2.2 and somebody somehow for some reason submitted section 3.5 for 2.2, right? And I need to I need to see the work for the appropriate section. So just make sure that when you're submitting stuff online, it's for the section that you're trying to submit, okay? And then the very last thing in for each section is the online work, okay? These have, let me go ahead and start this one. These are smaller problems. They can be done pretty quickly. And these are sort of like your instant feedback. If you're doing everything right, then you should be getting these problems correct. And the system will tell you automatically once you finish the problem, okay? Here you have more videos to help you in understanding the process and understanding the concept, okay? So you can use my videos, these videos, whatever you might need, okay? Your notes, okay? So as you can see, there's a lot of resources here, okay? And I think that's it. If there are any questions about how to navigate the course, please, please, please let me know. I am going to be by my email for the majority of this week for the beginning of the semester. And you guys can always email me during the semester if something sort of trippy happens, okay? Besides that, I hope everybody is fitting in well with the course. And like I said, any questions, send me an email.